Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Clay from Clay's Collections. Hey, we have another haul video, and this time it's a hodgepodge of different places, garage sales, thrift stores, and the Goodwill bins, if you can believe that. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Thanks for checking out our channel, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment. We love comments. And so, sorry, I got distracted by something out the window. I'm just going to start with, this morning, Cindy was going somewhere, and so she called me and said, there's a garage sale just down the street. And she said, you'll really like it. So you got to stop, great prices. So I said, okay. So I went down there, and yeah, it was a great sale. So here's what we got. And it was advertised as a Christmas sale because she was selling a lot of Christmas stuff. But got two of these flocked deer, the laying down flocked deer. I gotta find space to put these things. And then some of these other ornaments. These have pine cones on them, but the pine cones could easily be removed. Oops. They're all flocked. Nice vintage ornaments. Paid $0.25 each for these. So yes, the prices were definitely definitely in the right ballpark. But the other thing she had was jewelry, tons and tons of jewelry she was selling, and I forgot my glasses, of course, so I couldn't read anything. I tried using my phone, but that didn't work too well either. One of the first things I saw was this bracelet with these beautiful painted tiles. And then I did notice, because it was in large enough print, it says Persia on the back. So I just thought that was a beautiful bracelet. I picked up some brooches, cat brooches. I seem to do well with cat brooches because cats are always a popular item. Picked this up to give to Cindy for a gift. She loves giraffes. Thought that was a cute giraffe pin. Picked up the little wine cooler pin. Thought that would go well. And then this is a Trifari cross bracelet. Still has the original tag on it. I do believe this is, 60s, 70s. The fact that it's still got the tag on it is pretty amazing at this point. 28 inch. So that was cool. I paid $1 each for the bracelet and the brooches and $2 for that necklace. Paid $1 for this one too. This is an incredible bracelet. Look at this. Definitely has that Mayan Aztec feel to it. It is marked on the bottom. Unfortunately, I can't read it. So I'll have to do some more research to figure out what it really says. But that is just a fabulous bracelet. So it was definitely worth going. I spent $8.50 at that sale, and they had free apple cider and ginger cookies. So wonderful sale. Then getting into stories, there's a thrift store by us called the Prop Shop. By us is in, not too far away, 10 minutes away, 10 to 15. And we stop in there occasionally, but we were in there a couple weeks ago, and they were telling us about how they set aside some of the nicer vintage antique items and have a sale, separate sale at another location. So they gave us the flyer, and so we went to that. It started at noon on Friday, so we went to that. So glad I did. Found several great items, and one of them I didn't get, but this beautiful little brass candlestick holder, and these little arms come off. So you could pack it away very easily and not take up a lot of space. Brass candlesticks always do well for me. And I also found this Matryoshka. I think I'm saying that. Somewhere in the ballpark. I didn't see. This one's from 1998. It's signed on the bottom. We sell a lot of these at the Pink Elephant. 3, 4, 5, should be 8, I think. 6, 7, 8, there more than 8? 9. Ooh, looks like it gets even smaller. Maybe. Maybe not. So, yeah, a lot of little dolls. Stackables. Yep. Like, am I getting this in the right row? And we have a dealer at the Pink Elephant that has a very large selection of these. So people come in specifically looking for these. I did pay $8 for this, so I paid up for that. Don't normally pay that kind of money. I'm kind of cheap, but and then the other thing, I am running out of vintage hankies. I haven't been able to find many lately, so my supply is getting really low. So they did have a couple at the store that I picked up for $1 each, which is more than I usually like to pay for them. This is a California one. Lists all the major California sites. And then I just picked up this one. This one's, that was cute. Still has the tag on it, so it's new with tags. A little floral with some lace. Nothing special. But I also picked up this beautiful little print. I believe it's a etching. So it says 1879 on it. And it was professionally framed. It has this little sticker on the bottom with, again, not being able to read it, but yeah, I just thought that was awesome for $4. All right, so then Cindy and I were out and about to some other places. Went to the bins. I got some books. I'll show you there. And then we went to another bookstore. I picked up Gone with the Wind. I don't have this on my shelf. I was like keeping as many classic titles as I can on the shelves because that's what I sell a lot of. So found that, and I'm running out of scarves. I sell a lot of scarves and bandanas and hankies at the Pink Elephant, the antique store. And I checked my supply the other day, and I'm like, I'm getting really low. So for 99 cents, this one is actually a vodka. I don't know if you can see it. Tito's. You can see it on there very well. But so yeah, so that was good. And I picked up this one, which is more bandana style. United We Stand. Patriotic ones do well, especially in the summer, for 99 cents. This is one that's made in the U.S. And yeah, that's what we got at that store. And now we get to the bins. And so Cindy found me a couple scarves. This one is, have like a lace. It's got fringe on it. I tried to go over it really well at the bins as best I could to see if there were any damage to it, but it didn't appear to be. And I don't have any like this. Just says Asian Eye is the brand. So I don't think it's anything special, but again, I like having a variety. And then this is a nice heavy winter scarf, paisley style. So, so yeah. And the scarves are one of the things. So I got my October sales, and I did see that I sold a bunch of scarves in October. So that was, it seems to be cyclical. They'll come and go, but in other words, like some months do well, some months don't sell anything. We picked this up just on a whim. It's a retired but rehired hat. It's got a couple buttons on it. Again, picked it up at the bins, so we probably paid 50 cents for it. I'll put that down at the Pink Elephant. Little novelty stuff seems to do well too. Cindy found this little Bell hairpin, hair clasp box. It does happen to have one hairpin in it still. I love it. But it's got the paperwork, which is pretty. Oops, there, it just fell out. Right on cue. So yeah. Because even the box is pretty cool. So, all right. some of the books I picked up. I'm sold a lot of children's books. So, looking for children's books. So I did find some. Chansey and the Grand Rascal. Love the cover on that one. Found some Walt Disney comic books, these small ones. 2 of them. And there were 3 of them actually in the bin. And I was picking them up, and there were a couple other antique books. And there were a bunch of high school kids at the bins. And I think it was because a number of schools didn't have school on Friday when we were there. So anyway, this kid walks up next to me. Oh, look at this antique books, and picked up one of these Walt Disney comics and took off. I was like, oh, I only got 2 out of the 3. I was too slow. Guess that's because I'm older. There's these Messages and Papers of the Presidents. This was there's a good number of volumes to this. They only put 2 out. These are from 1897. What's interesting about the way the bins handles books, so right now they have 6 bins worth of books. They used to only have 3, sometimes 4. Now they have 6 all the time. But then they'll put these in the household bins. They'll just mix in random books. I don't understand why they do that when they have dedicated book bins. Why they wouldn't just keep them in the book bins. But anyway, whatever. I don't run the place. Minor Prophets Paraphrased, Living Prophecies. This is a 1960s book. But that for personal. All right, Hannah Upstairs and Hannah Downstairs. Another great children's book. There's another one of those Walt Disney books. Oh yeah, The Corona Songbook by William Hoff. I have a large selection of songbooks. So my original thought was I would keep it for myself, but it's from 1903. I'm just looking. It has 2 prices written in at the top. The top one says $20.51. The second one says $113.60. Maybe I should look this book up. And it has a $sign in front of it, so it's not just a code. Oh, well, fun. All right. Iris Sleeps Over. It's About Time. This is a juvenile book. Dr. Lavender's People. Actually, I was going to look this one up before I just took it, but it's a nice old book. 1903. Somebody got it. Well, they wrote their name in here in 1916. All right, here's another one of those president's messages and papers. Oh, okay. So then I picked up, almost every time I go to the bins, I find an autographed copy of a book, right? So I saw this one and I thought, Booby Dingles. What in the world is a booby dingle? And what is this all about? So I open it up. It's got some pictures. So I'm like, oh, this is like a family history book or something. And then it's got an inscription in it from the author. And then he also signed the title page. So it's like, cool. And 1990 is when this was printed. It says, this is what he starts out. If you choose this book because you like the title, I was confused by the title, not that I liked it, I was intrigued. The Booby Dingles, thank you. I rather liked it myself. Several years ago, I was traveling up to the Apostle Islands in my camper, accompanied by some good friends in their camper. As it was our custom, we talked to each other on our CB radios. Also, we talked with some of the locals as we cruised along the back roads. When we approached a long stretch of low, swampy, wild land, we were warned to be careful, for we were traveling through the Booby Dingles. The terrain looked spooky and mysterious, and the air seemed heavy, damp, and misty. Tourists, we were told, had disappeared, never to be heard from again. One poor unfortunate traveler had entered as a man and exited as a woman. I certainly did not want that to happen to me. The general idea was that we were adventuring into unknown territory where unexpected events could happen. So I just thought that was hilarious. So the whole book is, the story of his life. He was born in 1919. So I was like, oh, that'll be a fun little book to read. But yeah, the title, Booby Dingles. And And then Cindy actually found this one. It's the Wizard of Oz 1903 edition. You would think Wizard of Oz 1903, this could be worth some money. It's not. You know, I mean, it's worth, this one's not in the best of condition. It's missing a few pages at the beginning. Let's have a cute illustration. And there's the page, 1903. But there were many, many, many of these published. So, not worth too much. It's not an exciting version. Peter and the Wolf, another great classic. And Blueberries for Sal. So just a fun little lot of books and other items that will sell well at the Pink Elephant Antique Store. So that's what we have for you this week, folks. We'll catch you next time.